I don't know if any one of you guys have seen this, but there's a post that's gone through a couple of groups that I'm in on Facebook, and basically it's a husband asking for advice, and he's saying that he lived with his mother for about 2 years, 2 or 3 years. I think it was two, and he was able to save up $20,000. Then he got married. Him and his girl, they got married, and he was able to save up another $20,000. So it took total to another $25,000. And his wife also contributed $5,000 to that. So that brought the savings to a total of $50,000. Now the problem comes in where the wife took the money and used all of it to pay off her student loans. She didn't consult with the husband, never asked him for his permission. She just got the money and paid off her student loans. So now the husband, he's obviously upset. Can't say I blame him. And he was wondering, what should he do? And in every group, I've pretty much seen the same responses. Most people are saying, divorce her, you can't trust her, that kind of thing. And I can't say I blame them. I mean, my advice would be along the same lines. But here's my thing. I would have never told her that I even had the 20,000 saved up. And I have said this in a couple of groups in the response section, and a couple of people have disagreed because they feel like that's not a good idea because you're keeping secrets. And, everyone's like, when you're in a marriage and a relationship like that, you should not be keeping secrets. I understand where everyone's coming from with that, but at the same time, no, I'm not going to co-sign that one. Here's my thing. He should have never told her about that money, because that's a recipe for disaster. Trust is one thing, but here's the thing. What I've learned in life is you can trust people to do what's in the best benefit for themselves. Once it no longer benefits them, they're not likely to do it or continue it. That's just the way it goes. That's not to say that people are good or people are bad. It's just people, And when it comes to money, especially large sums of money, I've noticed that a lot of people will do some really stupid stuff with money that they didn't have to earn. Okay. Now, I've noticed mostly women have said that I'd be wrong to keep that secret and not share that with the wife. But I think that's also interesting because if you ask a more traditional woman, a lot of them, and when I say traditional, the ones who, with the more old school mentality of marriage, family, relationship, love, things like that. A lot of them will tell you that their mothers and their grandmothers taught them that they should always have a secret account of money to stash away just in case. Now, this was not stashed away to keep secrets from the husband, or basically, this was not stashed away as a disrespect towards the husband, but it was more like a safety net because it was not uncommon. It's not uncommon for men and women to go their separate ways. And basically, the woman's left pretty high and dry because, half the income is gone because she's no longer with that man. And half is being lighted, maybe more than that. It could be 70 to 80%. But that secret account was basically her nest egg money just in case, just in case something happened. And I don't really think that's a bad idea because you never know what could happen. Hope for the best, go forward with the best, but at the same time, there's nothing wrong with having a backup just in case, because, stuff happens. That's life. Now, as far as the um, husband not telling about the money that he had saved up, I look at it under the same way. It's a nest egg, it's an emergency fund. She does not need to know about this money because, again, you never know what she might do if she knows about this money. And in the husband's case, I'm glad that he's being rational and asking for advice, because $50,000 just gone that's been saved up over an amount of time, that's, oh my God, like there are people that have killed people. I mean, just like took them out of here for like half of that. You know what? Not even half. Like for a fraction of that, like $5,000. And they just out of here, dead. Without a second thought. So kudos to the husband for trying to be rational in that moment. But again, that's my take on it. I feel like he should have kept that to himself, and that way she didn't know about it, so she wouldn't have tried to access it or do anything to it, and then that would be less strain on their relationship, because we all know that finances tend to put a big strain on most relationships, especially a marriage. And to any woman who feels like that would not be right, keep in mind, just because he keeps that money secret and doesn't tell her about that account, it doesn't mean that she would not benefit from that money in some other way. If there was an emergency of some type, I'm pretty sure he'd dip into that account to help her out, because again, they're still, it's still his wife. She just wouldn't know exactly where the money came from. Obviously, she'd think he, just had it on hand, and he did. But still, when it comes to situations like that with money, especially in a marriage, relationship, whatever, I always advise people to not give out all the details about their resources. Always keep a backup, an emergency stash, something to save for a rainy day that no one knows about except for you. Anyway, comment down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you don't agree, feel free to give it a thumbs down. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel for future updates and more content. And share with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and all your other social media feeds.